We've seen a protracted period of hot weather across Western Australia over the last week or 10 days or so, and that area of hot air is gradually being dragged eastwards and southeastwards across the continent as a very weak trough of low pressure moves into the southwestern part of WA. And we've got a very large high pressure system over the Tasman Sea. Winds are turning northerly over much of eastern and southeastern Australia, and as a result we're seeing temperatures starting to skyrocket. Unfortunately, it is going to be a fairly protracted period of hot weather. Maybe in some of the coastal locations it won't be quite so protracted, but over inland parts of southeastern and eastern Australia, I think we're looking at around about a week's worth of very hot weather.
And how much of the country will be affected by this hot weather?
It does look as though we'll see much of eastern and southeastern Australia affected by this, so probably around about a third of the continent will be affected by this.
Temperatures getting up to 40 degrees, if not more.
Indeed, it's likely to be more. We're likely to see temperatures into the 40s as we move into Friday in particular, and we can see on the chart there certainly South Australia has been very significantly affected, Western Victoria, and then the cool air starts to move through on Friday, and the heat wave contracts into New South Wales, Western Queensland, but continuing very, very hot in Western New South Wales in particular, Western Queensland and parts of the Northern Territory.
Is it unusual for a heat wave to cover so much of the country at the same time?
We're starting to see this occur more often. It's not that unusual at this time of year. The sun is almost exactly overhead the present time, and so as a result, it's not that unusual, but for a period of a week or so, then to see these kinds of temperatures repeated day after day is a little unusual.
And this is something that a lot of people, those making travel plans for Christmas, those making plans for Christmas Day itself, really have to take into account, don't they, Alasdair?
That's right, and that's what we're concerned about, that this is the first protracted heat wave of the spring-summer period over such a large area. People should be aware that it is going to get very hot. Travel plans, as you say, are starting to be disrupted. We're starting to see some potential cancellations of train services in some areas due to buckling, expected buckling of lines. And so these are the kinds of things that we are concerned about and wish to alert people to.
Well, I've sat on the tarmac at Sydney Airport and the temperature wasn't even 40 and it started buckling and it prevented a plane taking off. So
yes.
We can look forward to lots of that. All right, so it then should pass through at least the eastern states by about Friday. And then is there another wave somewhere behind?
Yes, it's highly likely that we'll see a lot of that heat remain over Central Australia. And so possibly into the early part of the new year, we are likely to see a return to some very, very hot conditions. But that's still a long way off. We can't say for sure that that's going to occur, but there's certainly going to be a fairly significant amount of heat over Central Australia.